So this is an infomercial about why you want to settle in the Georgia colony. So the creation and purpose of the Georgia colony took several years to plan the creation of the Georgia colony. Georgia was originally planned to serve as a buffer between the British colonies to the north and the Spanish colony of Florida to the south. Because Britain feared that they would lose their wealthy colonies to the south of South Carolina and North Carolina by a Spanish invasion from Florida. Because back in those days, France, Britain, and Spain all rivaled each other. The first settlers sailed across the Atlantic and settled in Georgia on February 12th, 1773. The purpose of the colony was to give a worthy poor a new start as well. No slaves were allowed at the beginning of the colony's foundation, and all people worked as farmers on small farms. So, current settlers. Well, the first settlers were led by James Oglethorpe, and 114 others settled with him in the town of Savannah, Georgia. They were hardworking, as most farmers back in those days had to be, or else you wouldn't make any money and you would probably die. They currently have other jobs, as you'll see on the next economy slide. At first, this was a land for debtors to come and work and be forgiven, as it is currently. So if you're a debtor and you're looking to get out of prison, this is a great place for you to settle. And the financiers wanted hardworking colonists, so they made alcohol and slavery illegal. And so the Georgia economy, they grow indigo and rice, and this is an indigo field over here. They grow indigo and rice. They also make naval supplies for ships, and they have jobs cutting and transporting lumber. And you have to be very hardworking, and you work very long hours in the Georgia colony, but it's worth it because for poor people that want a new life in America, or for debtors that want to be free of their debts or get out of jail, America is a perfect place for them. And it works because, of what I just said. And the economic consequences of buying and selling land in other colonies didn't really work. So the Board of Trustees made it illegal to purchase or sell any land in the Georgia colony so that the economic balance wouldn't be tipped too much towards rich people and make the poor even poorer. And as I said, the colony is governed by a Board of Trustees that finance the colony. They're right here. And it's better living in Georgia than in Europe, as the colony is settled by a lot of prisoners, and prison conditions in Europe are just quite poor. So if you want to get out of the gallows in Europe, come on over to America. Come on over to settle in Georgia. And there's no formal local system of government, as the colony is governed by a Board of Trustees back in Europe. And so ultimately, why do you want to settle here? Well, if you're a prisoner or debtor, you're given a chance to work hard for your forgiveness and freedom in America. There's no buying or selling land, so everyone is pretty much equal in the land they possess, and the economy can't too swayed one way or the other. And the economy is not slanted because the Board of Trustees, they own no land and they see no money from the colony, so they're not biased governors. And so Georgia is just a really great place to settle. And if you're thinking about coming to America, you should definitely settle here. And here are my sources. Thank you.